Take two. It's not lagging as bad, so maybe this will work better. Take two on the podcast. Test run number 2. Where we talk about what we're talking about. Take it away, Crazy. Go ahead.
All right.
Oh yeah, we're good now. Yeah, we're good. We're live.
All right.
Go ahead.
Perfect. Well, okay. Before this is, we got a situation, and I know this is late, but if you don't like it, leave. You don't have to watch it. But we're gonna talk about the Paul brothers. If you don't know by the thumbnail, that's what we're gonna talk about. These idiots ruining YouTube. And they're ruining YouTube and also our kids' lives by when they look at them. And it's not just the Suicide Force video; it's also more than that. That they don't put disclaimers on and age gates on. But that's what makes them the money, so they're gonna hee hee ha ha keep going with it. Suicide Force video. Everyone knows the deal. Everyone knows the gist of it. He goes in the forest. He had time to mentally prepare. Think about it. It wasn't a live stream. It was a recorded video. He has haters and all these people who always told him yes. And that's why he got as far as he did. But here's the problem with him. It's just like he fakes his emotions very well. He's a really good actor. Okay, he knows how to fix his emotion. That apology wasn't even his first apology. It was from the beginning. A few apologies after, and then he made a video apologizing. Okay, since your first apologies were bad, now you're making a YouTube apology where it looks like you're crying, and it looks like you have emotion. And then right after, you come back, you make this video where you're giving $1 million to charity. Okay, first of all, I mean, that's fine when you give $1 million to charity. But the only problem is, I commend you for that, Logan Paul. But the only problem is, right after you make another video where it looks like you're stranded on an island, and I'm back, everyone, making a fool out of yourself again. So you clearly haven't learned your lesson, and you're going around tasing dead rats for views. What do the rats do to you? Like, they're already dead. Leave them alone. PETA has already talked about that. PETA is very mad about that. YouTube has completely taken away Logan Paul's ad system. He's taken away from Google's ad system, taken away from YouTube's ad system. He's not getting any more ads. Okay, that's a good job, YouTube, but that's a little too late because he has so many subscribers, he can literally live off his merch. Yep. This guy makes $10 million every month off merch. I don't think taking away his ads would do anything. It wouldn't hurt him. He'll still be Rich Logan acting fool in the videos. The only way to stop this guy is to delete his channel. Literally go in, mods, take away his channel.
Well, not only that, but just completely like demonetize everything. I mean, stop where he's make it where he can't get paid for videos anymore. Anything y'all take his sponsors away, everything. I mean, get rid of all of that. This way he has nothing else but his Patreon page, which of course eventually, people will stop paying into it once, they're not able to get anything back from it. So that'll fall, and then eventually he'll have nothing but his merchandise, which, as we all know, merchandise are just fads. They come and they go. They come and they go. One minute he'll be really popular, next minute he'll be dead.
What do you got to say about that, Ray?
Just listening to y'all about it. I really don't know anything much about it as far as, yeah, it's distasteful what he's done, but, no one had to watch the video. I mean, people made their choice to watch a video.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
it's
that.
The fact that he didn't
What I'm
put
saying,
any kind of parental advisory or anything like that on the video. That's my concern.
Right. And also my concern is that, I know no one had to watch the video, but these little kids don't know to not go past the disclaimer. They're going to go past the disclaimer to say, oh, I did this. Oh, this is fun. Oh, this is my first time going past the disclaimer, and what's going to happen? And find a dead body. No one had to watch the video, but the kids aren't going to know that mentally, wire that in their brain to not watch this video.
I mean, especially if you get children that are like, they're under the age of
4-year-olds. Jake Paul and Logan Paul have 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds who watch this video, not just 12-year-olds. They're not gonna know not to go past the disclaimer. They're gonna still watch the video and see a dead body.
Well, what about parents? I mean, where they play on the responsibility level here?
The parents don't care. The parents don't care. They aren't watching it unless it gets on the news or widespread media. They are not gonna stop their children from watching those.
No, KG, you didn't miss it. KG's here. We're supposed to actually be in the Skype.
Hey,
But
KG.
No, you didn't.
Hey, Matthew, by the way, I saw you. I said, hey.
No, you didn't miss it. No one's gonna stop these sickos. And while we're getting off take it away, Logan Paul's channel. Let's talk about his brother, Jakey Poo. Jake Paul. Let me tell you about this sicko. Fucking idiot. He literally goes in his house, destroys everything, destroys his walls, makes rooms, punches the walls, and say I'm a savage, literally harming the people that lives with him and stressing the people out to the point where they want to leave. And then after that, literally talking bad about him and saying, they don't have good management. No, Jake. First of all, it's you. You need to look at you for who you really are. And second of all, with you, Jake Paul, you do so much insane crap, and no one really has gotten on you about it until the city started getting on you. And then once the city started getting on you, you moved to a country like area where you're just free as a bird and this and that. Yeah, but you still can't make all those videos where you have bonfires in your house, where you're literally destroying your house for views, where you're name calling, you're assaulting your girlfriend for views, spitting on her, calling her names, and all of this crazy stuff, calling people racist, racial slurs. Literally, people who are really close to Jake Paul said that he was racist against black people, Mexicans, all of these people other than whites, other than Caucasian, which I think is really messed up from the get-go because you look at all of those fans and you're just like, hey, this and that. And there's some videos where he's literally meeting fans and he's calling them racial slurs and they're just like, hey, okay, because they don't know any better. They're too young to know any better. And that's what he's going to continue doing while he continues making his little money that he gets from his 4-year-olds who literally sit there and watch him with their tinfoil hats and they have fun and they say he ha ha, let's have fun, let's talk about it, let's do this, let's do that, which I feel from the get-go is absolutely disturbing. Like I feel something like that is very unacceptable, and I feel like if you have a large following of kids are a touchy subject. Kids and women are touchy subjects. Okay, I think kids are a little bit more touchy. Kids are so touchy to where you don't want to mess with them mentally, because if you mess with them mentally, they are like this. Monkey
We're on
see,
stream
monkey
right
do.
now.
They do what they see.
I was just looking at your podcast. But if you want to know, Granger's other leg got chopped off. I don't care.
Well, we're in a podcast. You gotta care.
And that's how the kids are. The kids are gonna basically do whatever you show them, or they're gonna. Wait a minute.
And now he's gonna be living with
the YouTubers. Kids watch YouTube nowadays. They don't really watch television anymore, right? The television age is dying.
Most of the time, we have 2 TVs in my house. We have that are hooked to cable. That's the living room TV. That's when we have company over and they want to watch like a football game, hockey, Olympics, whatever's on. And then my children, they'll go into my son's room because my son is old enough to the point where he knows, what he can and can't watch. And now I have to make sure that I keep all that monitored, because especially like, for example, with the whole situation with the Paul brothers, is children's minds are sponges. I mean, my son is now taking up the diet that I'm on just because he thinks, oh, Dad is doing it. Hey, that's cool. I mean, I'm a respectable figure to him. Somebody he looks up to.
Your dad.
But I mean, he also looks up to other people. Like he looks up to Jonathan. He looks up to Thomas. I mean, all of our friends. I mean,
Fearless said you heard Jake Paul is going right.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. But what I want to get to here is that when these kids watch YouTuber, because they don't watch really television nowadays and lets you hide the YouTube from them, right? Because let's talk about it. Social media has spoiled us. We don't even go outside and really talk to much people anymore.
No, we don't
The
really
only
talk
people
to
that we
people.
talk to are close friends. That's it.
I mean, look at
Yeah.
us. Look at us. We use a game network to
Let's
come
be
together
real.
and talk. I mean, that's social networking now. Facebook,
It-
Snapchat.
Out the window. Out the
That
window.
is
And
our
that's where
social opportunity as a society. We've changed from my time to this time. You know, where it became like you go out there and say hey to people and you call them. They had caller ID. Finally came into play and everybody got excited about. I can tell who's calling me now. To Yahoo Messenger, to MySpace, to Facebook, to Snapchat, to Instagram. You know, it's
Right.
it's social. We're becoming a social society.
I see that I can see in the future, in like the next 100 years or so, everybody will be on like little hologram projectors, like in like Star Wars and all other science fiction movies, and it'll
But you
be
know what?
like,
We
shut up, I
won't
hate you. You,
have a
you
good community though.
Yeah.
We won't get the chance to have a good community though, because like I was saying, these kids watch YouTube now. They don't watch television now. So what they watch, they admire, and they become mommy and daddy to these little kids. Whatever the YouTuber does, they're gonna do. They're gonna basically develop this emotion of what the YouTuber emotion is. They're gonna basically become as messed up as the YouTuber that they watch because they admire them so much. Because this is mommy and daddy now, and I love watching them, and I buy their merch every day. I go to their house on a weekend. Literally, their parents are allowing their 4-year-olds and 12-year-olds to go to Jake Paul's house. Yeah, it's getting that serious. And the parents don't know what Jake Paul does as a person and who Jake Paul is as a person.
But
See, I
who is
think,
he to you though? Who is Jake Paul to you?
well, I see both of them as
I see,
sociopaths. They have no emotion at all. They are just acting and they are clicks. That's what they are to me. They have no emotion.
They lack sensitivity.
they are
Yeah, they
basically, in my opinion, they are frat boys that never left college. They're still in their
they they
partying stage, and they don't
they're far behind.
their
They're way far
respect
behind.
for people is just so far gone. I mean,
So what do you think? What do you think it is that keeps them on the steady? What do you think that keeps them so watched and so beloved by the YouTubers? I mean, what do you think that is?
Because
it's
because because
I feel it's because it's their lack of compassion. Honestly, they don't care what people think. They're gonna do what they want to do, no matter whose feelings it hurts. But then when they get in trouble, of course, they come out and they issue the little, "Oh, we're sorry, we're done it in charity."
Well, they call that a
you know
fake
what?
apology.
But what-
Jake Paul went out to help Hurricane Harvey victims because it was damage control. Film that. Why would you film going out to help Hurricane Harvey victims? Are you serious? You're literally going out and filming people that you're saving. Why? Why are you doing it?
Why not just do it
If you're
off
really
camera? In other
because
words,
again, there's that
why
lack of sensitivity. There's no sensitivity in their videos. I mean, they basically they're in that mind state of, hey, I'm a Paul brother. I can do what the hell I want. I have
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
money. I have that power. Nobody's
But
gonna tell me I can't.
there's KSI, which you guys probably don't know about, which I know about. I was a big fan of KSI back in the day, and I probably still am. There's no reason not to be, because the man is pretty good as a person. But KSI Joe Weller fight, right? That was the biggest. It broke so many records on YouTube. Was the second top viewed thing on YouTube today.
Yep.
for what reason?
Other than the man launching a Tesla into space. So since that's the case, KSI is really big. KSI is bigger than Logan and Jake, and he has more views than Logan and Jake. So since he has more views than Logan and Jake, I'm not talking about monthly, I'm talking about total.
Yeah.
So Jake decides to call KSI irrelevant and relevant and this and that. I'm just like, okay, why are you calling people relevant or not? Like, how are you supposed to determine somebody's relevancy? That's what I can't understand at all whatsoever. It's just like someone is like, hey, look at me, hey, look at me. Because I feel like KSI is up here and Jake Paul's down here. he can't talk to KSI up here because he never know what this felt like. He doesn't know how it feels to be up here while he's down there. And people, and literally his well, I'm gonna say what it is. It's his fuck boys running around his house saying, "You're down here, you're down here." It's just like, no, you're down there. Leave him up there. You're down there. Know what you are. Like, you can't call somebody and tell somebody that, oh, we're down here and we're up, you're down here and we're up there. No, no, you can't flip the switch and say somebody's irrelevant when they actually are. You just want somebody to respond to you. You just want somebody to mess with. And I feel like KSI is not really the person who you want to mess with, because KSI doesn't really have time for drama like this, like fake beef that you try to make and milk it and milk it and milk it to get views off of it, because you know that your channel is gonna eventually die, and people are gonna your YouTube is gonna eventually take you off. Literally, doing so much crazy stuff. Jake Paul has done some crazy stuff. Jake Paul has done is literally make a thumbnail, knowing that he has a kid following. He makes a thumbnail on his video of him and his girlfriend, supposedly Erica Costell, supposedly almost having sex, half naked, in a thumbnail. And he knows that he has a real small kid. He has a real big kid following, and he does that anyways because he doesn't care. I feel like, all right, well, if you don't care so much, then like, why are we allowing this guy to be on YouTube? Because at first Jake Paul was the golden boy. Now Logan Paul is the golden boy. Everybody's saying that, oh, Logan Paul is older and much wiser. No, there's not a brain cell between the two. Those two don't even know what being a human means anymore. All they are clicks and views, like I said, literally.
Well, I feel YouTube is part to blame as well, because they have it where if it's if it contains certain content, that it's generally they give you that little warning, like this contains sensitive subjects not for viewers under the age of so and so.
This is bigger. This is bigger than that, though. It
It's
changed.
really-
It changed YouTube the way that you can monetize videos now. It's been so effective that it's changed the whole outline of YouTube. I mean,
Yeah,
after
because
what they did,
they say that people are using people's videos for views. Yeah, they don't get that much views anyways. No, you did it because of these guys. Don't lie to us, YouTube. We know what you're doing, all right? And his fan base and the people around him, literally, I commend anyone who let go of Jake Paul, who let go of Jake and Logan Paul. But the people who did not let go of Jake and Logan Paul, um, I feel like, what is he doing for you? Are you guys having intercourse so much that you don't want to leave Jake Paul? Like, what the fuck is he doing for you? Like, he's already built your subscriber and fan base. Why don't you just leave him? Leave him. Let him be. You're already growing. Leave him. But no, you don't want to do that because he's apparently sucking you off every chance he gets, so that you stay with him. Correct? Because
uh,
I feel like anyone should be really that much into Jake Paul to where they literally blindside or don't think anything that he does is wrong. He literally, and more than one girl he's abused. He's literally pushed a girl in one of his videos just because she won, and when he did the spin the wheel challenge, relationship, couple
I'm
versus
gonna
couple, he literally pushed the other girl.
I want to step down to their level for a minute though, just say that there's a lot of videos you see of like people messing with their girlfriends, pranking them, if you will, but they take everything too far, in my opinion. I mean, not so far in the extreme of where like it shouldn't be watched at all, but I just don't believe that they should get paid for the views anymore. And just in my opinion,
Right,
because it's not good content. It's demeaning to women. It's demeaning to other people, country,
right,
races, everything. I mean, it's
right,
to where now it's like, I mean, obviously, if we're podcasting about it, it's obviously, it struck a chord between some of us. And
right,
there's a lot of people that agree with that. A lot of people.
right,
I mean,
right.
I stopped watching their their channels a long time ago, probably about maybe a year ago.
But is saying that it's not good and saying it shouldn't be done. Is it not in some ways infringement on our freedom of speech though? Is that not should that not come up, that our freedom of choice and freedom of what we want to view and what we want to video, should that be an issue as well?
Well, I agree with that. I mean, yeah, they should be allowed to post whatever they want. I mean, like you said, I mean, it is a freedom, but they should not be allowed to get paid for it. That's my opinion.
Right.
They should be monetized, all their ads and stuff like that. Anything they can get paid with through YouTube needs to stop. That's just my opinion.
Seriously. Yeah.
Because it's not a porn site. Because it's not it's not the place for it, is what you're saying. So it's misplaced in YouTube.
It's not a small site. This is a big site. I mean, very big.
There's nothing stating what they're going to do in their videos. There's nothing that shows any like kind of parental advice or anything like that. No explicit content warnings, anything like that. It's just upload a video and go. That's how they are. Which, I mean, most YouTubers nowadays, they're starting to get away from that style. They're starting to actually start following the actual guidelines because it's costing them. But it seems like they're still stuck in that same routine. Make a video, post it. Who cares?
Right. But here's what I think about that, because when I look back at Logan Paul, and he literally goes ahead and he's pays the dead rats, and now he's going around to a college campus and dressed up in makeup, looking like a news reporter, going around asking people, what do you think about Logan Paul's suicide video? What do you think about Logan Paul's suicide forwards video? Asking people this and that and that. Some people say, yeah, he should be forgiven. Some people said, no, he shouldn't be forgiven. But I'm just like, why are you doing that in the first place? Like, what is wrong with you, guy? You have a serious issue going around and clicking your own for views.
Well, I see in a standpoint of what he's doing, and not just as far as my line of sight goes, is that it seems like he's doing that to try to actually get actual real live feeds from people, to see feedback from people that knows what's going on, that's been following him and all, but the way he went about doing it was wrong. He shouldn't have done that. He should have like posted like a poll or something, something like that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just. What do you think, Pat?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I'm just listening to you guys, man. I'm learning a lot. This is a podcast, by the way, if people are coming in and asking what it's about. It's about Logan and Jake. It's just a YouTube talk. This is for any kind of conversation. The day is about, Logan and Jake, but we're going to have more podcasts where we talk about different YouTube things or just whatever in general. I mean, it could be whatever you want. Y'all come in and y'all say stuff. We'll respond to you, Pierre. Cantaloupe. Yeah, I've got my own. We're probably going to make our own channel eventually, just for the podcast, separate from Red Bully Hype, because I don't want it to be attached to mine. But we have a following here.
It already is. We've already got a channel on the.
We already did it.
We just hadn't started it. This is a test run with my site, because I have my own following. We're all YouTubers. This affects everybody. It's affected how we do our videos now. It's affected how far that someone else has gone to corrupt the system.
I'm gonna talk about it. I've been putting that off for the last moment, right?
Exactly.
Hang on a second. Fearless said Jake Paul won't fight KSI. He would just use his name for views. Oh yeah, he will.
Indeed, he would definitely do that.
It's just like, of course, PewDiePie. He's one of the top YouTubers. I mean, he's 60 million plus subscribers. I mean,
loves a PewDiePie, man.
If Jake Paul were like, fuck PewDiePie, his views would go up more. Jake's would go up more as well. I mean, anytime you mention a higher YouTuber or someone who creates better content,
right?
Of course, both channels' views are going to go up. Not saying that they're going to get better likes or dislikes,
right?
But their views are going to go up because they're talking about each other. People like that conflict, and that's what fuels it. This world nowadays, it's I hate to say it, it's getting where it's built on chaos.
Well, I mean, look
And
what
that-
chaos has done for them. I mean, look what you show a
Here's the
dead
thing.
body in Suicide Forest, and your views go up, and everybody makes a big deal out of it because it is a big deal.
It's going to get more publicity, and that's what they want.
Well, bad
More-
is
more
good.
clicks, more publicity, more views, more money.
Bad is
I
good
never
now.
I never saw the suicide video, the fake. All
I
that.
did.
man.
I watched the whole thing just because to have an insight on it.
They're not even on my feed anymore. I every time if something like that related pops up, I say I don't want to see this anymore. You know, I go, it's just not worth it.
Oh God, it's so literally disturbing. They go up close to the dead body, and they literally show his hands. His hands are purple, so you know that he did it that morning. It was a fresh carcass.
Yeah. It was a long video, and it had a lot of ups and downs in the video, like power problems with their lights and
Ropes around his hands, ropes around his neck. He literally hung himself.
yeah.
Anyways, but I mean, I commend anyone who made a parody out of Logan Paul's apology because it needs to be heard. Because the fans need to know that, oh yeah, his apology was completely bullshit. It was fake. It was all fake. Anyone
Well,
just
of course, I
saying,
mean, how do you apologize for something when you really don't care? I mean,
seriously.
that's like when you get in trouble with your mom and dad when you're little. And they're like, "Now say you're sorry," and you're like, "Sorry."
Sorry.
Not real.
No. Nah, you know what it's like? It's like the kid going to the principal office saying sorry. He's not saying sorry because he actually means it. He's saying sorry because he doesn't want to get in trouble.
He got caught with his hand in the cookie
He's saying
jar.
Yeah, he's saying sorry because it's like Fearless just said. His apology felt like it was scripted.
Like scripted.
Or some shit.
Everything-
Read all his
I mean,
damn
it's-
shit.
His managers and developers and all that. Not developers. Editors and all were like, "Hey, you need to issue an apology. If not, your views are gonna be shit, man."
It's like, read this and everything will be fine. Let's hold your hand and get you through it.
You know the crazy thing is that he literally is just like twitching his eyes around and trying to look like he's sincere when we all know that he's an actor and it looked fake, as I don't know what. So you know he's just like, I promise to do better next time. There is no next time for you, Logan. I don't know what you're talking about. You went the full encore. You went the full frame to get them views. And what did it get you? Nothing but heartbreak.
And what did he do? What happened from the beginning? The beginning of the video, he says, y'all said y'all wanted me to, you voted that you wanted me to do this, and now I want to go do it because my viewers. So he put it on the viewers for him being there. If you remember the beginning of the video.
But you know what? But
he put it on the viewers, so I saw that.
Viewers are game. They will click and do anything that they think is interesting. They will click yes to anything that they think is interesting.
But isn't there a point where you should say, well, y'all want me to do this, but I just feel it's wrong and I just don't want to do it because I feel like that's going against my better judgment. I mean, shouldn't he have a choice in his own mind that says, okay, this is the wrong and here's the scales of balance?
He doesn't have a conscience. He's literally a sociopath. Doesn't have a conscience. Nothing's telling him, no, you can't do that. The people who he surrounds himself with, they're not good people because they're not real. They don't have a real emotion. They're not going to say no. They're always going to say yes because they want that paycheck from Logan. They want that paycheck from Logan. That's why they're never going to say no. You're never going to hear any editor say no to Logan Paul. Why? They want that paycheck. And that's the reason why they're going to still continue to say yes to him and be a yes man.
Would you say no? Would you say no? Would you say no, Crazy? Okay, somebody offers some money. Would you say no?
No, like I mean, for a mess up that big, I wouldn't defend my own self. Like I don't want you to betray me for a mess up like that.
You would want to retain honor.
Yeah, seriously. Like I want honor rather than money, because money doesn't make you happy as an individual. Maybe it'll buy you a few things, but it won't make you happy. If you look at it. If you look at that correctly, it won't make you happy at all. No. So, if you will,
If anybody
there
has
were
any comments or something to say on the subject, y'all can write it inside the live stream YouTube chat, and we will answer any questions or anything y'all want to put on insider input on it, and we'll read it out loud. It's not a problem. We want it to be. This is a YouTuber hangout. This is basically a YouTuber response to certain issues or whatever issues, and y'all have a voice, and we'll be the voice. Because there are things that need to be talked about. There's some things that shouldn't be talked about. We're not going to talk about anything super inappropriate here on this podcast, but we do want the issue addressed because it should be addressed by many YouTubers, not just us. We're just three voices of opinions, and our opinions are not solid all the way through because there are things that people have different views.
As I said, I mean, there's more of us guys, but this is all we have for today.
Nick stopped by.
That's terrific.
Anyways, the Logan Paul versus KSI beef. Okay, first of all, Jake Paul is trying to make it fake beef because he doesn't want his views to go down the drain, because it already has. Whenever he talks about Rice Gum, he gets views. Whenever he talks about KSI, he gets views. Talking about PewDiePie, he gets views. Anything other than that, is only 2 million from the 6 million that he gets talking about someone else. Literally, his channel is dying because the parents are trying to take away his views and trying to take away those clicks because it's on the mainstream media now. Everyone knows about them.
It's reflective. It's so reflective.
Yeah.
And whoever's hooked in, it reflects on them as well. But there are people that support him no matter how bad it gets because they feel like, hey, there is an honor to being loyal to people that they do follow. I mean, PewDiePie has, like I said, has one of the biggest followings on YouTube, period. Eighth period. But it only takes one. Only takes one thing to do wrong, and everything goes down.
Well, I mean, my loyalty to you, Jonathan, is strong. I mean, I'll take a bullet for you. But if you were walk into the military base and fuck America, I don't know you anymore. I would
hope.
Dropping you off.
I would hope people have a strong moral fiber to things that they shouldn't do, or shouldn't view, or even an idea that what people shouldn't be videoing, and there should be a voice against things that shouldn't happen, and how people come out and fake apologies. I don't know if it's a fake apology. I'm not going to make that judgment call, but I mean, what appears to be in black and white is more than likely black and white. I mean, there's so many opinions on what they see and view and what they feel from a situation. Like Fearless said, it looked scripted, or it's all about views. It's all about how much can I get before this taps out and I don't have anything else left. But what damage have you done in the wake of that is the effect we feel on YouTube now. So, yeah, that's.
You're right about that. You're so right about that, because it's affecting our kids now. I'm literally afraid of what's to come in this next generation coming up.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of what the world would be. Like, everyone's assholes to each other. And they don't know how to say sorry, or they don't know how to have etiquette, or they don't know how to have emotion. Someone's dying, your grandma's died, and everyone's gone ahead and taken out the news, clickbaiting it for views. They're clickbaiting a dead body in a casket for views.
Fearless said, didn't YouTube take down that video? He didn't take it down. I don't know.
The video was taken down by YouTube, I thought.
YouTube didn't take it down. He took it down. He took it down because YouTube didn't handle it. He took it down because he was getting so much hate for it.
Wow.
He took it. YouTube didn't take it down at all. YouTube literally, one of mine reported it to YouTube, and then YouTube reviewed it and let it go. Still, let it go on for hours. So it was literally rigged up. They didn't even look at the video. It was literally rigged up. So they knew what they were doing. YouTube knows what they were doing. It was rigged up so that Logan Paul could keep getting views, and Logan Paul was the golden boy. They didn't give a fuck about what he did. They cared when the social media, the media started getting into it. They didn't care.
I was just gonna say I'm about to go to the store.
They didn't care about what YouTubers had to say. they had to care about what social medias have, because they don't want them ads to be pulled away again. The second ad apocalypse is approaching. I feel it, because it's just like, if we have these fuckheads who are not even from YouTube, from Vine, coming over from Vine and messing up the YouTube community, then what are we gonna have left? What is the world gonna have left? Because the kids of tomorrow. They're gonna change the world.
Well, who's going to
I know
say? Who's going to say
years.
that YouTube is not going to be gone one day and we'll have a new outlet of social media? But how bad would that get? Or what would they allow to go on the new one or a new platform?
No,
I mean,
I
you got
don't
to
know.
think. You got to think. I came from MySpace at one point and I didn't even want to accept Facebook because MySpace was my thing. It was hard to change. But once I changed up Facebook, Facebook became such a reality booster. Like, wow, this is great. I do like doing Facebook. And then Facebook became trash and garbage, same as MySpace did. Yahoo Chat, people hacking and crazy shit happens. And now YouTube is a next victim of, oh, I can post this and get away with it. People will get that idea that, hey, I can post whatever the crap I want to, and people will just build views. The worse, the better. And that shouldn't be the goal. The goal should not be how crappy or how shitty is my post, or how shitty is the video content that I create for my channel that's going to give me the most views because it's horrible. That shouldn't be the goal. It should be the opposite of that. It's how clean can my content be of some useful information or something useful that everybody can enjoy watching, where my kids can watch it and say, oh, that's pretty cool. But viewing a dead body, that goes against moral judgment. So,
Well, I mean, it's
See, here's the thing. He has no.
victims. I mean, the people
Right.
that are. I mean,
The family.
if somebody that I know died, I wouldn't want their body, just thrown across the social media network and be poked and prodded at and made fun of by somebody.
but there was no consent from anybody from Japan saying, hey, go look at my Uncle Roy who walked off in the forest. This was
Literally,
taken.
The police yelled at him.
Okay.
It could have been more than one. It could have been one. You could have seen many dead bodies. God, thank God it was just one,
But
really.
he went in there with the intent of finding a dead body. It's called suicide forest for a reason. What are you gonna find? A fucking teddy bear in the suicide forest?
But it's a
lovable
sacred.
teddy bear running around.
It's a sacred place for them, where people that have given up have a choice to go there. And he made. It's kind of like going to. I don't want to say church because that's just taking it to a different world. But it's a sacred ground, and they violated it.
Something that's something somebody believes in, you shouldn't be able to. I mean, there's that thing that you have the right to your freedom of religion.
You're lucky they didn't get arrested. You're lucky they didn't get arrested there and dealt with by their authorities.
No. He's wanted by the Japan authorities. He can never go back to Japan. He's wanted by the Japan authorities.
Of course, because he violated sanctions of their law. Is their law. It's a different world.
He did more than that. He literally disrespected all the cultures. Not with the suicide forest video. He literally went out into the streets and was causing a scene because the Japanese people are very to themselves. He's going out in the middle of Tokyo, in the center of Tokyo, in Shibuya, and he's going around and blurting out things and messing with people and things on people, leaving a fish on a taxi cab. Back, the trunk of a taxi cab, and the taxi cab takes off with the fish on it. And I think it's illegal in Japan for that, doing things like that, leaving your property where you're not supposed to. And he's also going around and swimming in sacred ponds. You're not supposed to swim in sacred ponds. He's going around disrespecting the cultures people and doing these crazy things and rolling around here with this in Pokemon outfits where he shouldn't be and disrespecting cultures. He's literally drinking stuff and going ahead and doing all these crazy stuff. Him and his brother in Spain, when they went to Spain, they jumped in the river when they weren't supposed to. No one jumps in that lake. No one jumps in that river. It's not that it's dangerous. It's that it's very cultural. You're not supposed to do things like that. No one there jumps in that river and swims in it. No one jumps in the sacred river in Japan. Why are you doing these crazy things? But you know what? That's how other countries. You Americans makes it worse on us. That makes it look bad on us because that's how other countries look at us. They look at us like animals, savages. If you see Americans, they're animals, savages. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do that. They're gonna do that. What if I want to go to Japan? What are they gonna do to me? What are they gonna instantly yell at me for no reason? And I'm nice to them, nothing but nice to them, because of Logan and Jake Paul.
I did a small little Facebook survey. I went, messaging people from different countries and Google Translate, so I could, communicate with them, in their language. And just sent them a random picture of me, just how I look now, and ask you, what is your opinion? I am from America. Give me your honest opinion. And 90% of them were negative opinions. In fact, only 10 people out of 100 were positive.
Maybe it's your beard.
No, because it's because of people like Logan and Jake Paul that don't care at all.
It's not just them.
It's more people than that.
The people that follow him and support him through his videos
They do it.
are
They do it. They do it too. Yep, that's right.
I mean,
that's right.
Going back to what you said, him putting the blame on the viewers. Yeah, I mean, the viewers are a part of it. If nobody watched his videos, he wouldn't post the videos like that anymore. But people don't care. There are people that like the violence and negativity in this world. That's just what feeds their day.
We all watch stuff like fight videos and things of that nature, but if I see something too violent in a fight video, there's points where I go, oh my God, I can't watch that no more. Because it's just, if somebody gets really hurt, and I don't want to see somebody get really hurt, but we do like fights with like UFC and wrestling and boxing where they have control.
UFC is a controlled environment. I mean,
exactly.
There's a reference and there's other people around the ring.
But who's to control someone from going? Apparently, there's no control of people going into suicide force. That's obvious.
Well, that's the government letting people have a freedom. I mean, if people don't want to live anymore, I mean, if they want to go out in that little forest and end it, hey, that's them. I'm not going to start to go out there and mess with them because, I mean, if knowing what's out there, I don't want to go hunting for it. I want no part of that.
But see, here's the thing. This is what he lied and said to his fan base that, oh no, he was going in there to do like a 24-hour challenge in a suicide forest.
You couldn't pick a ghost house or something?
To go camp in a suicide forest. Don't you realize that you're gonna see a dead body there?
But they kept going, and they know where the string was. Once the string was tied across, it don't go that way, and they took the string down and went that way. So they knew what they were doing, and they knew what they wanted. They wanted to view it.
Yes.
This is my opinion, or not really opinion. I just more of a question myself, honestly. So when those people, when they go out there and they, end it or whatever, what happens? They just get left out there? Is there
eventually someone finds the string. Eventually somebody goes out there and they follow where the string is. The string is all the way across. Then they know that's where they walk to. They would tie a string between two trees, letting people know the path they went on. And I think eventually, authorities come out there and they find the string tied across, and they'll take the string down, walk up there and find the body and take it out and deal with it. I mean, you never know. They might just leave it out there. I wouldn't know. I'm not from Japan. Maybe that's it.
But there's a YouTuber from Japan. He's a black guy named Akasan. He's a native. He likes anime and this and that, and he also does vlogs. He reacted to it, and he's just like, Logan Paul knew what he was doing because he had time to sit there and upload it. He had time to sit there and watch his editors and people that work for him behind the scenes say yes and look at the video and review the video before it's uploaded, edited the video, clip parts of the videos out, click part of the video out, and go ahead and upload it and make a thumbnail about it. He had time to literally sit there and contemplate all of this, and he did it anyways.
He made a decision.
He made a decision. Yeah, I mean, once he saw that, he knew instantly what he had in his hands. In his opinion, he had a brick of gold. Now what to do with it? That was, in his opinion,
but he didn't know the price.
What I want to do right quick, I want to ask anybody that's watching what their comments on the situation. If you were if you knew what's in this forest and you go out there, whatever, and you find it, what would be your first reaction? That's what I want to know.
Would you upload it, or would you probably say, let's just blur that out? Or, hey, I would never go do that. That's a good response to me. Why would I ever want to go out there and desecrate someone's sacred moment? That's a moment when someone makes peace with themselves. It might not be the way we would do it, but it's not our choice to view it that, on the way out. When bodies die or people commit suicide, they don't say, hey, anybody want to come here and look at this real quick? No, they tie it off and they tell people you can't come in. And they let them take the bodies down, and they let them take the bodies to the and they locate families. Yeah, and they locate families, and they do it accordingly where it's tasteful. It's just breaches a moral code.
Where I'm at, I got a buddy that works for the local police department. He had a call not long ago to go to a house that, the grass is starting to get a little too high and all, and they, just concerned, the trash hadn't, and the mail been piling up. They were concerned for the people living there. And most time, you go to a call like that, and he's telling me that most time we're going to call that, you're hoping it's just, maybe, old person who's passed away in their sleep or, something like that. But they went to this one call, and it was a kid that had been left there by their parents. Parents just left town. I mean, kid was like, I don't know, maybe 9, 10, but the kid had gotten into the medicine cabinet and got a hold of some shit that fucked him up, killed him. And because of course, the parents, they turn themselves in. I mean, they realize they fucked up. But it's stuff like that. I mean, you can't go into a forest knowing what's in there and be like, oh, I didn't know it was going to be there. So I just, you can't do that. I mean, you shouldn't be allowed to do that. I mean, he should be like, the word's not expedited.
They said that through the video, though. They said, oh, we might find something. We might find his dead body. We gotta be careful.
Right.
And then they knew.
He's talking about on his social media, though, like Twitter and all that, he wasn't expecting to find anything out there. He was, they were just going to do like a live stream thing.
And so they camped there for 24 hours.
But he said he was going to camp there, so obviously somebody was going to do it.
They didn't camp there. They kept going. They kept going forward. They kept tying off strings so they wouldn't lose their way.
That's his original plan.
I think they were going out there to see if they could, maybe if they were get lucky and find somebody to come out there that, and video them in the act, do it, finishing stuff.
They're lucky they didn't get lost and die themselves, or fall off a cliff. They were at nighttime when they did it. So I mean, it was a dangerous, stupid thing to do. But it was something they did. It's a choice they made, and they're having to deal with the fallback from it. That's going to be on them.
Here's the thing: they don't deal with any fallback because they still make so much money off of their merch that can literally keep them going. Because they have these little 12-year-olds who constantly buy their merch like it's nothing.
So what changes?
And he's constantly going to get $2 million every month.
What is the goal?
Unless YouTube makes sure that Logan Paul cannot advertise his merch, then we're good. We're good at that point.
So the point is to depower someone that didn't deserve to have it in the first place.
Yes, but see, here's the thing. Back to Jake Paul. Jake Paul used to be a bully. I know that you guys didn't notice. He used to be a bully in middle school. So the guy that got bullied by him posted something like this along the lines of this, saying that, my mom said the people who bullied you and who laugh at you will not get nothing accomplished in their life, but look at Jake Paul. She said that to comfort me. And I'm just like, well, I mean, you would have the same stuff if you would do something with yourself, not just sit there and be moaning and complain at somebody else. You can literally have more than him.
Yeah.
Because the bullies are not going to go for him. Jake Paul is going for it. He has little kids going for him. He's not going for himself. He has mental issues. He has serious self-esteem issues. You didn't know that, did you? No. And he also said that if you're feeling like you're bullied, this and that, then call this hotline or call it, because no one ever should feel like they should be bullied. No one ever should feel like they're bullied or this and that. And just like, okay, you say that, but the people who live with you, you're bullying them every day. Literally, the Spanish twins that were in his videos. I'm pretty sure you know them, Stumpy, Martinez twins or whatever they're called. They're from Spain, and he literally flies them over because he has to have a twins because the Dobler twins were too smart for him, and he couldn't pay them what he wanted to pay them anymore. He had to pay them a certain amount, and they wouldn't accept anything less, and that's why that's why they had to leave away from him. He had to get rid of them, and since they left away from him, then he had to have some twins to show his fans, so he got the Martinez twins from Spain. And you know what? That's absolutely hilarious because he literally treats them like trash and literally every day wakes them up either with a taser, with him handcuffing them to something, with him shooting them with something, with him having the bed collapse on them, or something crazy. Every day it's something new that gets crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier.
And you wonder how far will it go? How far will it go before he does something like kill them?
So the Martinez twin, yeah. It made them scared. Made them feel like they were bullied. They literally would mess with them, tell them bad things. It's like, oh yeah, Martinez twins. While you're in Spain, your English has gotten worse. They're like, yeah, trying to laugh it off. He's just like, yeah, I'm serious. They're like, okay, because they don't want to seem like the bad guy. Literally, he forced the Martinez twins off camera, and then he filmed them do it. He forced the Martinez twins to aggressively sexually harass each other. On camera. That's on camera. I can show you that. On camera. On YouTube. And it's still up. It is still up on YouTube. I don't know why. I don't know how. But it's still up on YouTube for some reason. That happened months ago. And then, after he does that, the Martinez twins comes out saying that, oh, every day was something new, was something crazy. They literally built something in their house. They literally built their house to be private away from Jake, so Jake couldn't do these crazy things anymore. But Jake, when Martinez twins were gone, he tore the room down out of his house. He tore the room down completely, so that they would have nowhere to go, and he could keep pranking them, and he could keep doing this and doing that to them, and they were scared for their life.
Where are they at now?
That's why they left, and now everybody in Team 10, even though the exposed video happened, they're just like, they haven't responded to their exposed video, and they're just like, oh, I don't know what happened. You do. You watched the video. Don't be stupid. Yes, you do. You know what's going on. Everyone knows what's going on.
So take your responsibility for your actions, and there's no responsibility, and there's no actions taken against them. So they're free to do what they want.
He pushes the blame. He pushes it off onto their manager, saying that, oh, they had a horrible management, and it was cool.
It's always good to have a scapegoat. Plan in place, right?
That's what they do.
Put the blame on somebody else.
Makes it easier shift. But anyway, guys, this is our first trial run Game Heads podcast, and we hope and glad that anybody showed up, and we hope you enjoyed it. We're going to try to do more, talk about anything. Y'all let us know. Anytime y'all want us to talk about certain subjects, let us know, and we'll bring them to light and attention. And we will do this again soon. We got stumpymez, krazycorngaming, and I'm Red Bully Height. And we were supposed to have KG in here, but apparently she woke up late. And also, we were supposed to have, who was it? Code Red, I think. Try to get him into it too. Anybody want to show up on the podcast, let us know, and we'll try to put you in on Skype and put you in on the channel. And until next time, y'all guys keep it easy. And remember to be good. Good vibes, babe. Thank you, Crazy. Thank you, Stumpy. Thank you, Red Bully Hype.